Hey there, everybody. This is Javier here. I'm coming to you live. As you see in the background, I'm here in Minneapolis still, and I'm at the memorial for Rene Nicole Good. When I told you guys earlier that I had a surprise visit coming, this was it. Now, as you remember, I also, in the past, I visited the Charlie Kirk Memorial in Orem, Utah. Now I'm here in Minnesota visiting the Rene Nicole Good Memorial. Two very different characters, two very opposite end characters, but also very two different people that, to say the least, got a lot of attraction. As we know that Rene Nicole Good right here, she was shot and killed by ICE agents, and this is also kind of like a double memorial here. Rene Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. He was the other person that was shot and killed here by ICE agents. They have other signs dedicated to Alex Preddy here. I don't want to step on this. But this is a very emotional and very beautiful sight here. This is a very heartbreaking thing that happened. In regards to when ICE ended up killing Rene Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, and even years back, George Floyd, even though that wasn't ICE, but that was just police officers. As we know, this brought together a whole movement in Minneapolis, which was, for the most part, very peaceful, with unfortunately some exceptions, but very peaceful, where, like, after the killing of Rene Nicole Good, people were looking out for each other, giving each other water, giving each other food, and really speaking out and standing up as a community against these ICE agents, which ultimately got these ICE agents out of Minneapolis. Man, it was a beautiful thing, actually, that people actually stood together, stood as one, cared for each other, loved each other, prayed for each other too, because I was told there were Christian prayer tables there at this event, and gave each other food and water and supported each other. And this all happened after the killing of Rene Nicole Good, and it was to me, like, the right-wing media tried to make this out to be some kind of riot or whatever. And granted, there may have been some riots or some violent protesters, but for the most part, it was peaceful and people loving and caring for each other. And when you think about a community coming together, loving and caring for each other, to me, that reminds me of a Christian revival. And honestly, we kind of had a somewhat low-key Christian revival here in Minneapolis after the killing of Rene Nicole Good, in my opinion, at least. But this is a beautiful sight. It says this is her right here, Rene Nicole Good, soul, age 1988 to January 7, 2026. Her husband, or her ex-husband, she was with a woman. Yes, that's true. But her ex-husband, or the man she was initially with, that she had kids with, was already dead. So when she was killed, this actually ended up orphaning her poor children, which is really sad. Now, I don't know as much about the story of Alex Preddy, but he was also in the same situation. Very sad. And there's a separate memorial dedicated to him, which I don't think I'll be able to visit today due to being on limited time, but I just wanted to show you guys this. And here's the main memorial. There she is, Rene Nicole Good. And, I pray that, that she's being comforted in the presence of the Lord right now. And I said the same thing with Charlie Kirk, but I pray that she's being comforted in the presence of the Lord right now. And here's the memorial, and here it is. And do the right thing, justice for Rene. And it's very beautiful, very emotional. Like I said, the Charlie Kirk Memorial was emotional too, but very different characters. But, obviously both had a big impact, and it was beautiful that Minneapolis came together for her. And that's all, folks. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm coming to you live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Rene Nicole Good Memorial. And just showing you guys around. This camera's about to run out. Here it is. Thanks for watching. This is Javier here, tuning out.